Hey guys, welcome to my conversation with your Georgia 1A 157-pound state champion from St. Francis, Cade Parent. Cade, how's it sound to say state champion Cade Parent?
Sounds good. It only took 3 years.
Well, you've been there, you've been close. Last year you lost to Bertrand in the finals. How did that feel leaving yet last year and Macon coming up just short?
It did not feel good. That was not what I wanted.
Were you mad? Were you
I was
depressed? Like not
disappointed with
depressed? What
myself.
were what were you?
I was disappointed with myself. Thought I should have done better.
Okay. So what did you change between last year and this year but to make the jump and win the title?
I picked up the pace. Like I practice hard, but I just gotta go even harder now. Like work overtime, basically just as much as I could possibly do.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about a run to the state title and what is next in the future and all that jazz. But before we get to that, I'm going to ask you a few questions off the mat. Good?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I know that you've been to Fargo. What is what's the best place to eat in Fargo?
The cafeteria they have, the
Is it
buffet.
is that where you guys ate all the time?
Yeah, it's probably the best.
Is there what should I get if we're going to the cafeteria in Fargo?
Everyone loves the chocolate milk when you go.
The chocolate milk, really?
Yeah.
Do you?
I like it. I think it's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Um All right, let's transition to in school. What's your favorite subject? Not your best subject. What's your favorite subject?
Weight training is my favorite subject.
Okay, not exactly what I was thinking of, but I'm with you. All right. Why is weight training your favorite subject?
Gives me like a nice break from school there for so long, and I get to go to weight training.
Is it happen to fall like in the middle of your schedule?
Yeah, it does. So it's like a nice. So it's like I go to 1 to 3, and then for middle of the day, I get a weight training for an hour.
Yeah, that would be a nice break, wouldn't it? Yeah. All right. So how about your least favorite?
Probably language arts. I
Why?
don't like it. Just had never been my best subject. Always gave me the most trouble.
All right. So how important is a good teacher to you enjoying a subject in school?
It helps a lot. If like a teacher makes it fun, I always get a lot more interested and it helps me learn more.
Do you have anybody in mind that you've had as a teacher that you feel like they really did that?
Yeah, my chemistry teacher always connects with us a lot. She makes it a lot easier to learn.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So let's go with do you listen to music when you before your matches?
I do, but not before my matches. I usually throw on my headgear and I always like repeat to myself like number one, undefeated.
All right. So you're much more of a self-talk than you are listening to music to hype yourself up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If we're gonna scroll through your phone and look at a playlist though, what might we find in your playlist as far as music?
It's a mix. There's I'm not good with remembering all the song names, but basically if you just look up a bunch of like popular songs, it's nothing. Probably like some hip hop rap.
Okay. All right. So Beyonce. Do you know Beyonce?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You don't listen to Beyonce?
No.
Okay. Have you heard Beyonce's new music that's now country?
I have not. I do not listen to country music.
I got you. I just was it's so interesting that I didn't realize she did some country music, but now she does country music.
That is interesting.
All right, so roller coasters, fan or not a fan?
I like them. They're
Yeah.
fun.
All right. If we went to the beach and sat in one of those things that shot you out, you know what I'm talking about?
One of those like yeah, the slingshots.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I'm
Would you,
not a fan.
have you done it?
No, I have not.
Would you do it?
If I got convinced, but it's not on my like list of things I want to do
What's on your list of things you want to do? What's on your bucket list? What's like number one?
right now. I I don't have like a set list, but I honestly can't think of anything.
All right. How about these? Would you jump out of an airplane?
No,
All right. Would you live in space?
that'd be cool, but I'd be pretty isolated by myself, so probably not.
All right. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I go to England.
England. Why
Yeah,
England?
I have some family over in England, and it's always nice visiting them.
Okay. All right. Like London or
Yeah, in
someplace.
London,
Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. So a couple last things. Sausage or bacon?
bacon.
Bacon. All right. Pineapple on pizza. Yay or nay?
Sometimes you have to be in like the right mood for it,
Okay. All right.
but I would.
But you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go on the mat. And I want you to take me back in time to how old were you when you started wrestling and who got you into it?
So my dad got me into wrestling. He wrestled for about 3 years when he was in high school, and when I got into kindergarten, he threw me into all those sports: football, wrestling, soccer, baseball, and I stuck with wrestling ever since.
Do you remember that first practice or the first time out wrestling?
A little bit. It's very vague, but I just remember like I was so young, but I remember just rolling around in my singlet, not knowing what to do.
Did you like it?
I did. I thought it was fun.
Okay. All right. Was there a sport that he put you in that you were like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that.
Gymnastics. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it.
All right. Okay. All right. So do you remember your first match?
My first wrestling match, I did not.
You don't. Okay. All
But
right.
I remember, like, when I was young, my younger matches,
And
it never really came out on top. I always ended up getting, like, second or third when I was little.
okay.
It's,
And were you as competitive when you were little as you are now?
oh, yeah, I'd freak out when I would lose.
Would you really? All right. Okay. All right. All right. So I want you to think back to your earlier self and all the change that has occurred over the years that you've been wrestling. What have you changed the most? Is it, I mean, obviously, like our technique changes, our, our confidence changes, our mental aspect changes, but what has changed the most for you?
Like, I think I have, like, two big changes, and it's, like, for me, like, mentally preparing myself for a match, I used to have, like, a little bit of trouble with it. But I always like I'm better at like getting locked in before my match now. And then my practice, I made sure I'll get to wrestling 4 or 5 times a week, which I used to wouldn't go that much. But that's helped a lot.
So who is there a particular person that helped you with that mental aspect?
But yeah, just talking about like wrestling with Donovan and Terry, they both just helped me like think and talk about like what I need to do and like what will work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So did you used to get like nervous before matches and now you don't
Yeah,
as much?
but yeah, like I would think about it too much. Like, oh, I need to win this match. Like, like always like thinking I have something to lose. And now I kind of got rid of that. It's like nothing to lose. Go out there, give it your all.
All right. So I want you to think about the difference in emotions, right? Of not winning last year. You already talked about that, of being disappointed and everything else, and the emotion from this year. What was the emotion from this year and how different was it?
I was like, well, I didn't have like a huge reaction like some people do after they win. But I was like, I finally got it done. It's great to get it done.
Did you
And all my
watch?
team
Yeah, go ahead.
and all my teammates were like, oh, you should have done a celebration. You should have went crazy after you won. I like, that's just not me.
That's not how you are.
No.
No. Yeah, well, and that was interesting because you're right. Like we have people who do backflips, we have people who point to the crowd, we have people who do all sorts of things, and some get their hand raised and they walk off the mat, and that's the thing, and that's more kind of how you responded when you were getting your hand raised. Were you thinking of anything in particular?
I was just like, I was a little bit, I was like, dang, I wanted that tech. And I didn't get it.
Okay, all right. So you were still in the mindset of I wanted to keep, I wanted to get to a particular point in the match.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So, what's next for Cade Parrott?
I'm going to Virginia Beach this upcoming week.
Okay. Yep. Um, so 157, or are you bigger than that now?
Once 160 plus three, so pretty
160.
close to it.
Okay. All right. Cool. And what about after that? Will I see you back in Fargo or any other big
Yeah,
tournaments?
I'll be on the national dual team, and then I'll go back to Fargo and then Super 32.
Okay. So pretty packed summer.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. And the la- the goal, I mean, we're obviously looking much further ahead. Obviously, the goal is to win another state title, I would assume. And
yes,
then is there a goal of wrestling in college or not?
yes. I want to wrestle in college for sure.
Any particular school, or have you not really even looked at that yet?
I've been looking maybe somewhere in Pennsylvania, but I'm not completely sure yet.
Okay. All right. So the last question I have is a question I've asked every single person, and that is why wrestle? What is special about wrestling to you?
So when I used to play like all the sports when I was little, especially like a team sport, and when my team would lose, I'd hate it because sometimes there's just nothing you can do to control if like you could have won or like won or lost. But with wrestling, it's all on you. So like you don't get any excuse if you lose or win.
Yeah. Yeah. So you love the ownership that you have of the outcome.
Yeah, I do.
Very cool. Well, Kate, I want to say congratulations on winning a state title, especially for St. Francis, who I think this is their third ever, right?
Yeah, it sounds about right. The last was Mark Mungel from I think like 10 to 15 years ago, maybe.
Yes. So it's been a minute. It's been a
Yeah.
minute. So congratulations on winning a title and for St. Francis and having another state champion. Best of luck at NHSCA's in
Yeah.
Fargo and everywhere. And yeah, good luck, man.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
You too. Bye.